My name's Grant McCartney. I'm a skateboarder, surfer, and extreme athlete. But I've also had serious depression, something that made me question my own life. This is my story of beating depression and winning back my life by putting myself through the toughest sports competitions I could handle. I grew up in a great family. Everybody was athletic and loved sports. If it was physical, I was into it. My first passion was skateboarding. After thousands of hours skating alone, I finally got good enough to get a sponsor. My next passion hit when I caught my first wave surfing in Puerto Rico. While everyone else was taking their college spring break to party, I was building my love for surfing, one wave at a time. Traveling to Puerto Rico sparked my next interest, travel. After college, I became a flight attendant. It allowed me to see the world and share my love of skateboarding. This is me on the Great Wall of China, in India, in London. I was visiting new countries and making new friends every day. That's when I got hit with the worst news I could have imagined. I found out my mom had passed away. Then a few months later, my grandmother. That year, 5 people I loved passed away. I would wake up every morning in tears, assuming the worst, that another person I had loved had passed. How did I deal with so much loss? Not so great. The waves of depression would hit me hard. I didn't know if I'd ever get back to shore. But I kept faith and I kept swimming. I focused on riding the waves of depression and started setting goals for myself. I entered as many different competitions as I could find. I did the High Rocks competition. I challenged myself to complete a Murph. I even did a half Ironman. If it had an obstacle course, I was there. I kept looking for bigger challenges, new ways to test my body. I decided to enter American Ninja Warrior. I was able to hit the buzzer on my first go, and I've been crushing courses ever since. I started creating positive things in my life, new, good memories that I could stand on. And you know what? It worked. I began to heal. Life didn't feel so sad anymore. I focused on a new challenge, something on my bucket list, swimming under the ice in Alaska in freezing water. The training was intense. I learned to ignore the cold and work through the pain. I was a pro at that now. When I was ready, it was off to Anchorage. We found a spot where the ice was only 3 feet thick, and we started cutting. One wrong move and I'd get hypothermia and die. When I came out of that cold water, I felt so alive.
I can't believe that you stayed in there so long! Yeah!
I wondered what challenge I'd take on next. Then an opportunity dropped in my lap. It would push my limits further than ever before. The ultimate challenge of body and mind, the Spartan Games. I signed up with no idea what challenges would be thrown my way. All those mornings that I decided to do something rather than lying in bed and feeling sorry for myself would finally pay off. My fight against depression had prepared me for whatever the Spartan Games had in store. It's go time. The days passed in a blur, running, swimming, biking, and more. So much more. Each challenge was more demanding than the last.
Sometimes everything in life is uphill, but we press on.
Pushing yourself for 6 hours straight is a totally different beast than a 2-minute obstacle course. I didn't finish as high as I'd hoped, but I had fought through the pain, and that's what mattered. I do feel like I achieved something that my family would be proud of. Best believe I'm looking for what's next. I'm also going to keep following my passions. Yeah, that's me swimming with the sharks and running with the bulls in Spain. You see, I'm no longer afraid of depression or pain. I know I can beat both. And in the end, it makes you stronger. So don't be afraid to set a goal. Try something new. Challenge yourself. It can change your life, just like it did mine. I'm Grant McCartney, and I'm Superhuman.